11 black actresses who had unusual body parts. Have you ever wondered how some of the world's most famous black actresses built legendary careers while quietly living with physical traits that made them different from everyone else? From shocking hair loss battles and rare skin conditions to unique facial features that helped redefine beauty itself, these women turned what many saw as weaknesses into extraordinary strengths. Their stories are inspiring, emotional, and in some cases, truly unbelievable. Stay with us until the end, because one actress on this list transformed a condition that once caused years of pain into a symbol recognized around the world. Before we begin, tell us in the comments which actress surprised you the most, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Golden Black Legends for more unforgettable stories of black excellence. Grace Jones. Grace Jones was never meant to blend into the background. Born in Spanish Town, Jamaica in 1948, she entered the entertainment industry carrying physical features that many executives initially viewed as disadvantages. During the 1970s, fashion favored softer facial structures and traditional beauty standards. Grace looked completely different. Her sharply defined cheekbones, strong jawline, athletic build, and androgynous appearance immediately set her apart. While many aspiring models tried to fit existing trends, Grace's face challenged everything the industry considered marketable. When she moved to Paris, however, everything changed. European designers and photographers saw her uniqueness as a strength rather than a weakness. Her facial structure created dramatic shadows naturally under studio lights, giving photographers a striking image that required very little enhancement. Fashion houses quickly embraced her bold appearance, and she became one of the most recognizable models of her generation. What others viewed as unusual became her signature. As her modeling career flourished, Grace expanded into music and film. Albums such as Nightclubbing and hit songs like Pull Up to the Bumper established her as a global performer. Her appearance remained central to her identity. She experimented with dramatic hairstyles, angular fashion, and fearless stage performances that challenged conventional ideas of beauty and femininity. Critics sometimes described her look as intimidating or too masculine, but Grace refused to conform. Instead of changing herself, she transformed public perception. Her unique features became symbols of confidence, individuality, and artistic freedom. By the 1980s, she was no longer simply a model or singer. She had become a cultural icon whose image influenced fashion, music, and popular culture worldwide. Today, Grace Jones remains one of the most visually distinctive figures in entertainment history. Her story proves that what society labels as unusual can become a person's greatest strength. Rather than hiding her differences, she embraced them completely and built a legendary career that continues inspiring artists and audiences around the world. Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith spent decades building a successful career before facing one of the most personal challenges of her life. Born in Baltimore, Maryland in 1971, she rose through television, film, and producing to become one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars. Audiences admired her confidence, intelligence, and resilience. Yet behind the scenes, she was quietly struggling with a condition that would dramatically alter her appearance and test her emotional strength. Around 2018, Jada began experiencing significant hair loss. What started as a few strands quickly became something much more serious. She later described moments in the shower when large clumps of hair would fall into her hands, leaving her frightened and confused. For many women, hair is deeply connected to identity and self-confidence. Losing it can be emotionally devastating, especially in an industry where appearance is constantly scrutinized. Doctors eventually linked her condition to alopecia, a disorder that causes hair loss and affects millions of people worldwide. Rather than keeping the struggle hidden, Jada made the courageous decision to speak openly about it. On Red Table Talk, she shared the fear, uncertainty, and emotional pain she experienced while trying to understand what was happening to her body. As the condition progressed, she decided to shave her head completely. The transformation immediately attracted worldwide attention. Some praised her bravery, while others speculated about her health and appearance. Jada refused to let those opinions define her. Instead, she embraced her new look and turned it into a statement of self-acceptance. Her openness helped raise awareness about alopecia and inspired countless people dealing with similar conditions. What could have remained a private struggle became a powerful message about resilience and confidence. Jada Pinkett Smith showed that true beauty is not determined by hair, appearance, or perfection. It comes from the courage to face life's challenges openly and remain proud of who you are. Alfre Woodard. Alfre Woodard's rise to Hollywood greatness is a story of talent, perseverance, and embracing what made her different. Born in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1952, Woodard never fit the traditional mold that the entertainment industry often favored. Long before she became one of the most respected actresses in America, she was a young girl dealing with a physical trait that drew attention and sometimes unwanted comments. Alfre has a subtle eye misalignment often described as mild strabismus. While many people barely notice it today, the feature became a source of insecurity during her childhood and early years as an actress. Growing up, Woodard often felt self-conscious when people stared at her eyes. In an industry obsessed with symmetry and perfection, she feared that casting directors might focus on her appearance rather than her ability. Yet what seemed like a disadvantage eventually became one of the qualities that made her performances unforgettable. Her gaze carried a rare emotional complexity. On screen, she could communicate vulnerability, determination, sorrow, and strength with a single look. As her career developed during the late 1970s and 1980s, directors recognized that Woodard possessed something far more valuable than conventional beauty. She had authenticity. Films such as Cross Creek Passion Fish and Crooklyn showcased her remarkable ability to bring depth and humanity to every role. Audiences connected with her because she felt real. Her expressions reflected life experience rather than polished perfection. Over the years, Woodard earned 4 Emmy Awards and numerous nominations, becoming one of the most decorated actresses of her generation. She never allowed industry expectations to force her into changing who she was. Instead, she focused on mastering her craft and letting her work speak for itself. Today, Alfre Woodard stands as a powerful example of how uniqueness can become strength. The feature that once caused insecurity ultimately contributed to the emotional presence that made her legendary. Her story reminds us that perfection is often overrated, while authenticity leaves a lasting impact that audiences never forget. Winnie Harlow. Winnie Harlow transformed what many people considered a limitation into one of the most recognizable images in modern fashion. Born Chantel Brown Young in Toronto, Canada in 1994, she was diagnosed with vitiligo at just 4 years old. The condition causes the skin to lose pigment in certain areas, creating striking patterns across the body. Throughout childhood, those visible differences made her a target for bullying and cruel remarks. Classmates mocked her appearance, called her hurtful names, and often made her feel like an outsider. For years, Winnie struggled with confidence. There were moments when the emotional pain felt overwhelming. She has spoken openly about feeling isolated and wondering whether she would ever be accepted. Yet despite those challenges, she refused to let other people's opinions define her future. Rather than hide her skin, she gradually learned to embrace it. Everything changed in 2014 when she appeared on America's Next Top Model. Although she did not win the competition, her appearance introduced millions of viewers to a woman whose beauty challenged traditional standards. Fashion brands quickly recognized that Winnie represented something fresh and powerful. Her unique skin patterns became her signature rather than something to conceal. Soon she was walking runways for major designers, appearing on magazine covers and participating in international advertising campaigns. The same characteristic that once attracted ridicule became the reason she stood out in a crowded industry. More importantly, she inspired countless people living with vitiligo and other visible differences. Winnie frequently uses her platform to promote self-acceptance and confidence. She reminds people that beauty is not defined by uniformity or perfection. Her success helped broaden conversations about representation and diversity within fashion and media. Today, Winnie Harlow is recognized worldwide not only as a model but as a symbol of resilience. Her journey proves that the qualities society labels as flaws can become extraordinary strengths. By embracing her individuality, she changed both her own life and the way millions of people view beauty. Viola Davis. Viola Davis spent years hiding a painful secret before becoming one of the most celebrated actresses in Hollywood history. Born in South Carolina in 1965 and raised in poverty, Davis overcame enormous obstacles on her path to success. Yet even as her acting career began to flourish, she faced a deeply personal challenge that threatened her confidence. In her 20s, she developed alopecia areata, an autoimmune condition that causes sudden hair loss. The diagnosis was devastating. Large patches of hair began falling out, leaving visible areas on her scalp. For a young woman pursuing a career in an industry that often places enormous emphasis on appearance, the experience felt humiliating. Davis later admitted that she struggled emotionally and feared how others would react if they discovered the truth. She relied heavily on wigs, rarely allowing anyone to see what she considered her vulnerability. For years, she carried that burden quietly. While audiences admired her growing success, few understood the insecurity she battled behind the scenes. The condition affected more than her appearance. It challenged her self-image and confidence during some of the most important years of her life. Yet Davis refused to let it define her future. As her career expanded through acclaimed performances in films such as Doubt the Help, Fences, and the television series How to Get Away with Murder, she gradually found the courage to speak openly about her experience. By sharing her story, she helped remove some of the stigma surrounding hair loss and beauty standards. A turning point came when she appeared publicly embracing her natural appearance rather than hiding behind wigs. The decision inspired countless women facing similar struggles. Instead of pretending to be perfect, Davis chose authenticity. Today, Viola Davis is an Academy Award winner, an Emmy winner, and a Tony Award winner. Her story is about far more than hair loss. It is about resilience, self-acceptance, and the courage to succeed despite personal challenges. What once felt like a weakness ultimately became another example of the strength that defines her extraordinary life. Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor's remarkable physique has fascinated fans for years, turning her into one of the most talked about women in entertainment. Born in Harlem, New York in 1990, Taylor first gained recognition as a singer-dancer, actress, and choreographer. However, beyond her artistic achievements, many people became captivated by her unusually lean and muscular body. In an industry where celebrities often discuss strict diets, personal trainers, and intense workout routines, Taylor's appearance sparked endless curiosity and speculation. The public fascination reached its peak in 2016 when she starred in Kanye West's Fade music video. Her athletic performance, sculpted physique, and extraordinary endurance immediately became global talking points. Social media exploded with questions about how she maintained such a body. Many assumed she followed complicated fitness programs or extreme dieting plans. Surprisingly, Taylor repeatedly explained that dancing had always been her primary form of exercise. Years of rehearsals, performances, and movement had naturally shaped her physique. Despite the admiration, criticism occasionally followed. Some accused her of setting unrealistic standards, while others questioned whether genetics played a significant role. Taylor remained confident, often encouraging people to stop comparing themselves to others and instead focus on health and self-acceptance. She emphasized that every body develops differently and that confidence is more important than perfection. As her career expanded into acting, directing, and entrepreneurship, Taylor refused to let public attention focus solely on her appearance. She continued proving her versatility and creativity across multiple fields. Today, she is admired not only for her talent, but also for embracing her individuality. Her story reminds us that what appears extraordinary often comes from years of dedication, discipline, and self-belief. Rather than conforming to expectations, Teyana Taylor built her own path and became a symbol of confidence for countless fans around the world. Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg possesses one of the most recognizable faces in entertainment. Yet one of her most unusual physical traits remains surprisingly overlooked. Born Karen Elaine Johnson. In New York City in 1955, Goldberg overcame poverty, personal hardship, and industry barriers before becoming one of the few entertainers in history to achieve EGOT status, winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. While audiences admired her humor, intelligence, and acting talent, many never realized that one of her defining characteristics was the near absence of visible eyebrows. The story dates back to her youth. Goldberg began removing her eyebrows as a teenager and eventually continued the habit for so long that it became part of her permanent appearance. Over the years, audiences grew accustomed to her face without consciously recognizing what made it different. Many people watched her films for decades before suddenly realizing that the actress they knew so well looked unlike anyone else in Hollywood. Rather than changing her appearance to fit beauty standards, Goldberg embraced her uniqueness. She built an extraordinary career through talent, charisma, and authenticity. Her unforgettable performances in films such as The Color Purple Ghost and Sister Act proved that audiences connected with genuine personality far more than conventional attractiveness. The feature that made her different eventually became part of her unmistakable identity. Throughout her career, Goldberg consistently challenged expectations about how a leading actress should look or behave. Her confidence inspired countless people who felt different themselves. Today, she remains one of America's most respected entertainers. Her story demonstrates that individuality can be more powerful than perfection. By refusing to hide what made her unique, Whoopi Goldberg created a lasting image recognized around the world and built a legacy that extends far beyond appearance. Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett's powerful physique became one of Hollywood's most memorable transformations, but the story behind it is one of determination rather than controversy. Born in New York City in 1958 and raised in Florida, Bassett spent years studying acting and working tirelessly before achieving mainstream success. Her breakthrough arrived in 1993 when she portrayed Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It? The role demanded far more than strong acting skills. It required her to physically transform into one of music's most energetic performers. To prepare, Bassett committed herself to months of rigorous training. She worked extensively on strength, endurance, and conditioning to accurately capture Turner's electrifying stage presence. When promotional images and scenes from the film appeared, audiences were stunned. Her arms displayed an unusual level of muscle definition rarely seen among actresses at the time. Many viewers admired her dedication, while others questioned how she had achieved such results. Rumors and speculation quickly followed, but Bassett consistently credited hard work, discipline, and intense preparation. Fitness professionals noted that some individuals naturally respond exceptionally well to training, allowing them to develop visible muscle tone more easily. Rather than apologizing for her strength, Bassett embraced it. The transformation became a symbol of commitment and professionalism. The role earned her widespread acclaim and established her as one of Hollywood's most respected actresses. Over the decades that followed, she continued maintaining an active lifestyle and remained admired for her energy and fitness. Even into her 60s, she impressed audiences with her remarkable physical condition. Today, Angela Bassett is celebrated not only for her acting talent but also for her discipline and resilience. What some once considered unusual became one of her most admired qualities. Her story proves that strength should never be hidden and that dedication can transform a perceived difference into a lasting source of inspiration. Gabourey Sidibe. Gabourey Sidibe's rise to fame is one of Hollywood's most inspiring success stories. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1983, she never planned to become a movie star. Before acting, she worked ordinary jobs and pursued a relatively private life. Everything changed in 2009 when she landed the lead role in Precious, a performance so powerful that it earned her an Academy Award nomination at just 26 years old. Overnight, she became one of the most recognizable actresses in America. Yet alongside the praise came constant public discussion about her appearance and body size. Unlike many actresses who fit Hollywood's traditional image, Sidibe entered the spotlight as a plus-size black woman. Critics and internet commentators frequently focused more on her weight than her talent. Despite the negativity, she refused to let outside opinions define her worth. Over time, she spoke openly about the health challenges she faced, including polycystic ovary syndrome, commonly known as PCOS. The condition can affect hormones metabolism and weight management, making physical changes far more complicated than many people realize. By sharing her experience, Sidibe helped educate audiences about a condition affecting millions of women worldwide. She explained that health journeys are often deeply personal and cannot be judged simply by appearance. Her honesty resonated with many people who had faced similar struggles in silence. Throughout her career, Sidibe continued proving herself as a talented performer through television and film projects, including Empire and American Horror Story. Rather than retreating from criticism, she used her platform to encourage self-acceptance and confidence. Her willingness to discuss PCOS openly helped reduce stigma and broaden conversations about women's health. Today, Gabourey Sidibe is admired not only for her acting ability but also for her resilience. Her story demonstrates that success is not determined by fitting society's expectations. Through courage, honesty, and determination, she transformed personal challenges into a source of empowerment and became an inspiration to countless people around the world. Raven-Symoné. Raven-Symoné has spent nearly her entire life in the public eye, growing from a child star into a successful actress, singer, and television personality. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1985, she began modeling as a toddler before landing her breakthrough role on The Cosby Show. By the time she became the star of Disney Channel's That's So Raven, she was one of the most recognizable young performers in America. Yet behind the scenes, Raven faced personal health challenges that many fans never knew about. Throughout the years, she has spoken publicly about issues involving her eyesight and overall health. Working long hours under bright studio lights while balancing acting, music, and public appearances created unique pressures. Like many performers, she learned to adapt and continue working despite physical difficulties that audiences rarely noticed. Rather than allowing those challenges to slow her career, she developed a reputation for professionalism and resilience. What makes Raven's story particularly interesting is how she handled growing up under constant public scrutiny. Every change in her appearance became a topic of discussion. As a child star transitioning into adulthood, she faced intense pressure regarding beauty standards and body image. Despite those challenges, she consistently emphasized self-confidence and authenticity over public approval. Her success extended far beyond acting. Raven became a producer, television host, and entrepreneur, proving she was much more than a former child star. Along the way, she often encouraged fans to embrace their individuality and ignore unrealistic expectations. That message resonated strongly with audiences who had grown up watching her. Today, Raven-Symoné remains a respected figure in entertainment. Her career demonstrates the importance of perseverance, adaptability, and self-acceptance. While many child stars struggle to navigate adulthood, Raven successfully reinvented herself multiple times. Her story reminds us that true confidence comes not from perfection, but from learning to embrace who you are, while continuing to grow through life's challenges. Lupita Nyong'o. Lupita Nyong'o's journey to international stardom challenged long-standing beauty standards in the entertainment industry. Born in Mexico City in 1983 to Kenyan parents and raised primarily in Kenya, she grew up rarely seeing women who looked like her celebrated in mainstream media. Her dark skin, which would later become one of her most admired features, was often treated by society as something outside conventional beauty ideals. Those experiences shaped her understanding of identity and self-worth long before she entered Hollywood. Everything changed in 2013 with her unforgettable performance in 12 Years a Slave. The role earned her widespread acclaim and an Academy Award, making her one of the industry's brightest new stars. However, audiences were drawn not only to her talent but also to her striking appearance. Lupita's natural beauty challenged assumptions that had existed in fashion and entertainment for decades. Rather than avoiding conversations about appearance, she addressed them openly. She spoke about growing up feeling underrepresented and the emotional impact of not seeing people with her skin tone celebrated in popular culture. Her honesty resonated with millions around the world, particularly young black girls who finally saw someone who looked like them receiving international recognition. As her career expanded through films such as Black Panther Us and other major productions, Lupita became a global symbol of representation and self-confidence. Major fashion brands sought her out and magazines regularly featured her among the world's most beautiful women. Yet she consistently used her platform to discuss deeper issues surrounding beauty, identity, and inclusion. Today, Lupita Nyong'o is admired not only for her extraordinary acting talent, but also for helping redefine beauty standards for a new generation. Her story proves that qualities once overlooked can become powerful symbols of change. Through confidence, grace, and authenticity, she inspired millions to embrace their natural appearance and recognize beauty in forms that society once failed to celebrate. As we've seen, these remarkable women turned what many people viewed as flaws into symbols of strength, confidence, and success. From Grace Jones, redefining beauty standards, to Viola Davis and Jada Pinkett Smith, speaking openly about alopecia, to Winnie Harlow, transforming vitiligo into a source of empowerment, their stories prove that true beauty comes from embracing who you are. Yet one question remains: which of these women had the most inspiring journey, and whose rare physical traits surprised you the most? Some overcame health conditions, others challenged Hollywood stereotypes, but all left a lasting impact. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Golden Black Legends for more powerful stories about the icons who changed history and inspired generations.